So the Cove guys, they're pretty painful. Like, these guys... hold on a second. I said, hold on a second. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. Gotta crack open a Mountain Dew before we go back into the dankest dungeon. Oh man, that's what reduces Fox's stress. A good old draught of Mountain Dew. So, look at this. It's like all sunny and stuff. It's like, look how optimistic it is. A perfect time to announce new community members. So, welcome, Astro Monkey. He is the red man-at-arms. Man-at-arms is one of my favorite character types. Last episode, I don't feel like I talked too much about the characters because I felt a little pressed for time. We're gonna go a little slow. We'll talk more about the characters. Welcome, Lucas Dark. I believe that's a nickname. Yeah, it's Barris. Barris wanted to be known as Lucas Dark. He didn't say what color he wanted to be Crusader, so you are now the White Crusader. Brandy Cohen wanted to be Zandora, the Purple Musketeer. And then if I sort by level, I'll know these are the new characters. Marjo Kirby is the Green Jester. He's like, why so serious? I can't remember if I introduced Chadwick White, but Chadwick White is not the White Antiquarian, which, there is none. He's the Yellow Antiquarian. NASA W is the Purple Jester. I think he wanted to be Blue Jester, but blue wasn't an option. And this kind of looks, to me, it looks like purple, or possibly black. Just because, like, if you were making color schemes, you wouldn't want it to be black like this. Like, that's black. And that's simply because, well, you wouldn't be able to see any details. So that could technically be black. And Thomas Hicks wanted to be in the game, and he is Boss Hicks, the Red Highwayman. I also like the Highwayman, another great character. So that's who we got. Anyways, you know, we got people who are like resting, people who got like weird diseases and crap like that, and so forth. Anyways, oh man, excuse me. So I played a little bit, and I want to introduce the final area that we haven't seen, the Cove. And I already got everybody prepped, or mostly prepped. Our team is going to be Astro Monkey, the Man-at-Arms. He's kind of like, I guess he's like the main tank of all the different character classes. He's kind of like a strategic tank, like, because he can do a lot of damage. It's very situational, but he's very hard to bring down, and he's got a lot of beneficial abilities. Like, he's a really great character. I like him quite a bit. We're gonna bring the Lucas Dark and bring new characters in, and that's because the Crusader is a healer fighter, and I want some additional healing because Laughing Zed is healing. Yay! Laughing Zed's also gonna have some synergy with the Musketeer. Musketeer as a character is a setup character. The Musketeer is like a primary long-range damage-dealing character, also fairly tough. It's a character that doesn't really dodge, it just kind of like exchanges shots with the enemies. But this character requires a setup in order to be effective, and that's where Laughing Zed's gonna come into play, which is gonna put more demand on him since he is also our healer. So, you know, we'll see. Let's equip items. First, let's make sure all of our items are unequipped. We'll sort them by class now. You want health and armor. You want, probably none of these. Yeah, you don't need any of those. You want the Eldritch thing, and sure, you can have both of those. You can dual wield wands. You want more ranged accuracy for sure, and that's fine. I don't think we need anything else. So let's take about a stack of food, 1.5 stacks of that. I want 2 of these. I want 2 of these. I want 2 of those, and that's probably gonna be good enough. Yeah, that's fine. So, the theme of the Cove is water stuff. It's fish, man. Watch there be. I'm gonna be so mad if there's no fishmen in this specific. When they. Oh, man.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Ooh, got a fight right here. All right. So, yeah. Now, I like the Cove is really good for curing negative effects, because there's this eerie coral that will cure a random Ooh, that's quite good. This is a Crusader-only item. It's 10% more health with no downside, other than that, you know, it takes up a space of your stuff, but that's not much of a downside.
The light, the promise of safety.
All right, Fishmen! Oh, yeah, there we go. Fishmen, well, it's kind of like half and half. It's like, and we surprises them. So the Cove guys, they're pretty painful. Like, these guys here, the pelagic grouper, this is kind of their trooper, and the troopers in the other areas, like the everyday bone skeleton guys, they weren't that big of a deal. These guys, they hurt a lot. I actually prefer to attack them over the support. Normally, I prefer to attack, like, the magical guys. I do prefer to attack the pelagic groupers. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to split my attacks up. I'm going to use Vulnerability Hex, which is going to reduce their dodging, but more importantly, it's going to place a mark on them. So I'm going to put on you. So then they're marked. You can see right there, that's what the little bullseye, and that's perfect, because the musketeer does whatever-ish damage unless the musketeer is shooting at a marked target. So damage is increased by 50% against marked targets. Critical hit chance increased by 9% against marked targets, so that's why you want it. And vaporized. Now, that did take 2 turns, but how often do you kill the cultist in 1 hit? That's what you gotta ask yourself. So I'm gonna start the battle with the Man-at-Arms with Bolster. This is a buff. He's basically going to, you know, make everyone feel better. What a nice guy. And so now everybody has a little bit better dodge, but also they're 10% more resistant to stress, incoming stress damage, which is nice. We're not really damaged, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack, and I'm going to go after the pelagic grouper, who of course dodges. So now, you know, we're still going to take stress damage, but, you know, maybe it won't be quite as bad. And also, maybe the reason we dodged there is because we have +5 dodge. Oh, 2 dodges in a row. Could have been because of the bolster. Who knows? Okay, yeah, all of them are really fast, so they get to go twice in a row now. And by twice in a row, I mean they went at the end of last turn and then at the beginning of this turn. So now I'm going to use the ability Retribution. This activates his riposting, basically. His ability to riposte, which is his counterattack ability. So it marks him. That's kind of not great. I would prefer if my guy wasn't marked, but what can you do? So all of them went first. We could tell because this little mark right here, you see that? That tells you who has gone already. So I think I'm just going to stab this guy. Well, I'm going to mark this guy.
The ground quakes.
And then I'm going to, because like it would be unlikely for him to take him out in 1 hit. And we'll just put an end to him right there. Now, he can heal. That's what's nice about the, and a 3/3 is not outstanding, but it's about the flexibility. It's about the fact that he can fight and he can heal. He can kind of like partially take the place of another character. There's the counterattack, as you can see. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start stunning people because
a devastating blow.
That's what this guy does. He's just like annoys the enemy team. One thing that I can also do is I can start healing people's stress. Like I can use the Inspiring Cry, which gives you a small amount of healing, but more importantly, it gives you anti-stress. So let's go ahead and cut this guy.
Their formation is broken.
Now you get to see the damage will be not nearly as good without the mark. Only 6. But you really need that mark to make the musketeer good. And typically you wouldn't want it to be also your healer. But at the same time, you know, like, I couldn't find any other way to squeeze it in, because we did Necrotius. He would have been the main guy to deliver marks for us, but what can you do? I'm gonna continue de-stressing, actually. And none of us can actually attack there, too. Well, he can. He can. Retribution has a really lot, but it does very little damage. You saw it barely did anything at all.
Annihilated.
Okay, we got a shovel. That's good.
As
And a key.
victories mount, so too will
You need a little more
resistance.
shovels in this area because there are barnacled chests, and the barnacled chests, in addition to, you know, just digging through obstructions, the barnacled chests are also something that you can use the shovel to get more stuff out of. Oh, the eerie coral, speak of the devil. Let's see, who has a really bad trait? Rumination. Okay, so I'm gonna have Laughing Zed activated, because it's going to remove a random trait, and he only has one, so it's absolutely going to remove this heavily entrenched negative trait, which would normally cost like 5,000 gold to heal. But bam! Now it's gone. So we just saved 5,000 gold there, boys. That's how you do it. That's one thing I do like. Oh, that's a trap. Who has the best disarm? 50, 70, 50. Looks like it's... Nope, he got eaten by the trap.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
That's a really weird trap. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but you get 20 less dodging for 10 rounds and 5 less speed, which is like, it's actually kind of hurts quite a bit. We'll see though. I think it'll be okay. Keep digging through the stuff. What do we get?
Packs
Gold.
laden with loot.
Not a lot, though.
Often low on supplies.
Burn a torch. Oh, now these guys are bad. We can't let these... So these guys here are a self-destructing suicide enemy. So, even though the pelagic grouper does a lot of damage, so what we could do is try and stun him. There we go. Okay, so we bought another turn for ourselves. I was kind of... Oh, see, the speed is kind of throwing thing. Normally, he would mark first, and then she would shoot. But now that we got our things kind of in reverse, which is annoying. Oh, well, we'll just shoot then. Damage is way lower without the mark. Just cut this guy. Oh, no. Finish it off. Thank you. 14 damage, like I said, you know, the Crusader, healer fighter, hits pretty hard, also can heal. His stress healing isn't bad either, like, well, once we skill it up a bit. Really is annoying that we have this kind of out-of-order thing going on. So I actually want to shoot the pelagic grouper. So I'm going to use her second ability, Sidearm, which is to use her pistol. Doesn't do as much damage, but the main thing is there's a significant loss in accuracy. This thing is 95% accurate, this one's 75% accurate, but it makes us faster, which is actually not what we want, so maybe I won't do that. I'm going to use Patch Up, which is her ability to heal somebody, but when they get patched up, they start taking more healing, so heals will be more effective now. I just want to get rid of this guy. Cut him. Let's finish him off.
Decimated.
Nasty hit. Okay, so now that this guy's in the front right, he should be forced to use a melee attack now. So let me show you another ability this guy has. He can protect somebody, and we'll choose that guy. We'll choose the Crusader. So now he's guarding the Crusader. So anytime the Crusader gets attacked, they'll instead be forced to attack the Man-at-Arms, which is really nice. Because what we can do is put the Man-at-Arms so that he can counterattack like this. So now, if they attack the Man-at-Arms, he'll counterattack. But if they attack the Crusader, what's going to happen is the Man-at-Arms will take the hit and then counterattack. So like, that's what's really nice about it.
As the fiend falls, a
Ooh,
faint
Book of
hope
Scouting.
blossoms.
Here, you can have that. And then we got some heirlooms and more money. Fox does like money. Oh, what? Everything's working out. Everything's working out. So here is an example of one of the chests that we can use our shovel on to get
Wealth beyond
more
measure.
money, more heirlooms, and some pretty
Awarded
rocks.
to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
And this is cooperating. So, oh, okay. So look at this. You're getting to see all of the different type, well, all the basic fishmen, more fishmen as the game goes on. Okay, let's just... I had a feeling we would miss on that, but... We really have to take this self-destructing guy out. Like, I cannot allow him to stay. Unless we can stun him? No, I'm gonna... We just need to take this guy out. Okay, good. He's no longer a problem. Okay, so they got a tank guy. That would be the... he's actually an octopus. He's not like the other fishmen. And you can see he's got the octopus tentacles. Oh, God! Like I said, the pelagic grouper, he hurts really bad. But now this guy is doing the same thing, but he's guarding. So now if we attack the grouper, we're actually going to attack the pelagic guardian. And now they're buffing him. He's making him so he'll do 25% more damage. Oh, this is going to hurt. Ooh! Okay, so we need to actually, like, stop that from... with it. That's quite enough. I don't have any good targets, so I guess I'll shoot at the, So what we need to do is we need to stun the Guardian, because if we stun the Guardian, his bodyguarding element ends. Oh, and he resisted it, and that's our only stun, so I have to wait until next turn for another chance to heal. We definitely want to heal right now. We're hurt really bad. And we're gonna have to roll the dice! Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A massive one. Ooh! So, this is where the, and now he's gonna heal. You see how, like, annoying they are? They're so, like, cooperative. Okay, here we go again. Give me it! Okay, that's better. That's better. In fact, we're gonna go full defensive for a moment. It's fine. We're just gonna go completely defensive. I'm actually going to have... Let's buff everybody. Full defensive for a moment. He's the lower hitting of them all, so that's not as big of a deal. Although, the bleeding damage is starting to get really bad. He's taking 5 bleeding damage right now. Can we get a heal, please? A 6, that's basically got to break even with that. So the other thing about this thing is it stacks up. So before he was getting 20% more healing, now he's getting 40% because it stacks up. See, that number's going up now because of that. Let's go ahead and go bodyguard on him just to kind of relieve some pressure on the Crusader. Although he's going to need healing now. I didn't realize how low on health he was. I think we're ready to start fighting back, though. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. I am so sick of getting... Okay, his bodyguard ability ended as well, so it's time to start... We gotta get rid of this pelagic grouper. He's the guy who... That's pretty much all their damage, and he's out now. And... Let's take a moment to... We're going to start taking too much stress, so I'm going to go ahead and start attacking that guy. Barnacle barrier's up, so now it's going to be kind of awkward. We got to stun him again. Or the counterattack. There you go.
Destroy them.
Okay, can we heal? Oh, man, I'll take a drink to that. Oh, man. Pushed him back and stunned him. At this point, it's not as big of a deal, so... Barely any damage at all. He's got armor. He's got 58% protection, so... That's not... It's not the best. Like, we're barely doing any damage to him. Although his protection should end in one more turn, so... Okay, so now we've finally recovered. You know, we're looking a lot better after that. It was not looking... It wasn't looking great. Attacking with the Octo Kestis, which is a punchy glove. That's what a Kestis is, a punchy glove. A bladed punchy glove, I'm sorry. Oh my god, he's so tanky. Look how much damage he's taking. Cutting through with the plus Eldritch damage, though. Okay. That was a bit of a fight right there.
but a victory.
I think out of all the level 1 areas,
If only treasure could staunch the flow.
that's a good one. All those are good. I want all those.
Corruption.
I think the Cove is the hardest out of all the level 1 areas. When we get to the... Oh, I should have burned a torch. Okay, this is going to be a nasty fight. Oh my god, and it's an even fight. We're going to take a lot of damage from this fight. Let's just start cutting people. We just need to get rid of some... Oh, yes! And that guy hadn't gone yet, so he lost that turn with it now that we killed him. Oh boy, I feel it. Okay. Time to start shooting back. Well, we want to attack the guys in the first 2 ranks. Oh, didn't quite get him. Off by 2. There we go. Finish him off. Oh, good. He left a body there. That's actually kind of good because the sword does more damage, and their sword is a rank 1 and 2. The spear hurts, but not nearly as bad. And they use the spear in the back 2 ranks. A 4, that's average. You know, it'll get the job done, I guess. Who knows? Maybe bolster is what did that. Who knows? Since I'm gonna protect, I guess I'm gonna protect Laughing Zed. 7 still hits pretty hard. Like, these guys, they hit hard. I'm just saying. Let's start removing some stress while the rest of them start beating these guys up. Missed with the pistol. Why do you do so much damage? Why are you such a jerk? Ow. Okay, let's get the buff on him so that he takes more healing from Laughing Zed. Oh man, 18. Oh man, stun somebody. Like, stop them from hurting me so bad. I'm so sick of the damage they deal. Okay, come on. Give me a big... Oh, a 15. Healing on the high end for a change. Average for a non-mark situation. He has 3. Let's go for this one. There we go. I was hoping that would finish him off. The corpse trades places, so now he's going to be attacking into our first 2. What? That's fine. Our 2 front rank guys are pretty healthy. And, cut him. Slice and dice. One thing that's nice is that he gets bonus damage against Eldritch.
Or is it?
And these guys they do count as Eldritch, so that's actually helping quite a bit.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Let's see what we got. Nothing. Oh, that's not surprising. I mean, we have fought a lot of battles. Oh no! He got chopped by the monster! Which means his stats are down for a little while.
Purpose.
Oh great, we're not interacting with that thing. Let me tell you right now. That triggers like a sub-boss, and we do not have what it takes to beat that sub-boss. The Shambler, nope, not doing it. Especially because we got the Musketeer. Musketeer would be really bad against the Shambler. Okay, this is one I think we don't want to activate anything on. I think we just want to read it. Got a quirk. Mankind, what a hater. Mankind hater gets more damage and less stress against human enemies. What a freaking hater. Shovel time. Got a little bit of everything there. Mainly wanted some money, though. That would have been nice. Money and heirlooms at the moment is really all we want, since we're right at the end of the dungeon. There's not really going to be an opportunity to use any more key items. Alright. Very defensive setup. They've got 2 tanks. Let's try and get rid of their only major damage dealer. Let's see if we can just get them out of the fight. Okay. So we just got rid of that one. That's the good news. So we're not even going to bother doing that. Let's try to get some of our stress down. Buff. Alright, their turn. Maybe it was the bolster! Maybe the bolster is what did it. You don't know what would have caused the dodge. It might have been that. Octokessus just not doing the kind of damage that they're really going to be missing that pelagic grouper. Dude, I'm missing that. I'll tell you, I'm going to mark this guy and have the musketeer blast him. That's the end of him. But they're really hoping to get the proc on the, what do you call it, bleeding, because they're a little like Octokessus can cause people to bleed, but yeah, they finally got one of us to bleed. It's really not that big of a deal though. But now it's like, oh, we can barely do any damage. Like without someone who has an armor-piercing attack, it's just we just can't really do a whole lot here. Oh, so I got a critical heal, so that means I got the heal for even more on top of it. I don't even know. I don't even think... This is the final battle, so there's no real need to heal even. Let's destroy the bodies. Just because. Get them in range of my close range attacks. As you can see, bleeding's starting to mount up 4 damage there. That's why they really would like to get those bleeding hits on. I want to attack with the main weapon. I don't want to attack with the pistol. Oh, you jerks! I don't have any way to get around their armor. We just have to, like, batter them down the old-fashioned way, basically.
A powerful blow.
Nice critical hit, though. I got one more turn. Okay, gotta refresh it. Get some counterattacks. Oh, man, for the mighty 1 damage. Let's give him a little bit of a healing boost. Keep de-stressing, boys. There, you heal it for 2 instead of 1.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
Oh my god, we don't do any damage to these guys. They're so defensive. So basically, if you're wondering, well, what should you do? Well, in this case, you would either need someone who has an armor-piercing attack. That would be like my character, the Thief. The Thief has the ability to swing with her pick, and the pick is, what do you call it? The pick ignores armor, so it does true damage. And the other way to get through armor is to use DOT effects, you know, different poison attacks, because poison attacks do not take the target's armor into consideration. But instead, we're stuck just like... There we go. We finally hit with the pistol.
The blood quickens.
Try to finish this jerk off. What are these, like, big old, like, nut sacks all over his body? Like, why are you, like, covered in, like, additional nut sacks? There we go. Alright, we want to make room for some of this stuff, so let's get rid of that. The reason we're going to get... basically, I'm going to get rid of the stuff that are, like, key items for opening up loot, because we're at the end of the dungeon. So we might as well, you know, burn those off. Because some of those are actually worth a lot. Like, like the rubies here, those rubies we got, they're worth 1,250. So, like, they're actually worth a decent amount. So overall, let's see, what did we get for traits? We got obsessed with that has to go. Stress, this one has to go. Wow, a lot of those have to go. And you guys are picking up some really smelly traits. Like, I'm not...
Cast out from the civilized world, these men may yet be of use to us.
2. Oh, we can get some lepers if we want. Do I want more lepers? How many tanks do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. I guess the Abomination is kind of a tank. Kinda, no, I don't think we want more lepers. Okay. Okay. Wait, stop that. Let's see. Oh, somebody, oh, a Houndmaster. I know someone wanted to be a Houndmaster. I definitely want another...
faithful beast. bond.
Oh, I really need another
and
Vestal.
bloodshed.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'll show you another thing. This is not what you normally want to do, but I really want that Vestal. So what we're going to do is we're going to trade for more, like this. So I'm going to trade 3 busts for 2 deeds, which it's a bad trade. Like, you're always going to be trading... You're always going to get a bad conversion rate doing this. Let's trade a few of these. Not too many, though, because... No, let's not do any more. There we go. Okay, now we can expand our barracks. You would normally not want to do this, but I want to make sure that we're getting our community members in here.
A sister of battle. Pious
So our maximum
and
roster
unrelenting.
size is 28. I'll take another grave robber.
To those with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
Okay, so that's going to be the end of this episode. In the next episode, I believe it's going to be time to begin fighting some of these bosses. Unless there's a really good event. So this is an example of a pretty good event. Fresh air in the tunnels, which will set us up to fight the boss. So that's what I'll probably do. That's going to be a good way to kind of demonstrate some of the mechanics. And yep, so more. Now you've seen the ruins, which is like skeleton land. You've seen the warrens, which like you were supposed to see all the pigmen. In the wild, you're supposed to see the mushroom zombies. And in the cove, you definitely got to see the really, really painful fishmen. There's actually one enemy you didn't get to see, the jellyfish, but you got to see the main thing. So now that I've shown you a little bit of everything, we're going to start focusing on the bosses. I want to show you more of the character classes. Once I kind of run out of stuff to show you, I'll probably grind on my own until I got basically level. Here's an example of a level 2 or level 3, but the next stage is kind of this orangish color. When we go to these areas, the enemies get stronger, not just statistically, but they actually add in new enemies that do not appear in the green level areas. So yeah, it'll be pretty good. It's going to be pretty interesting. What are they? Nothing I want. Anyways, yeah, don't worry. I still got more people to add, more names. You know, I still got more people that are going in. I'll figure it out, though. I got to check out my list. At any rate, thanks for watching. Let me know if you thought it was interesting. We'll put good battles in there. You know, some much more evenly matched fight against fishmen. Anyways, like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future dankest dungeon content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.